Hello, my name is Movingcat and welcome back to the beta where earlier today the upcoming 2022 Archaeology event was just released. So in this video I will quickly go through the event and give you some of my first impressions. So unlike in most of these videos, I will not actually go through the announcement because most of it is already well known. So instead I will go in game and show it there. So this will all be familiar to people who have played this event before. You use this tool to make your way through this maze of tiles and all of that. You use these tools, pick up rewards, and there are quite a few different types of rewards. So these golden idols here work towards the grand prizes. In these vases you can get the daily special, and as usual we have the daily special switch. Let's see if I get a good one. Alright, the globe fountain. This sells for quite nicely to the antique sealer, so it's always an option there, but yeah, there should be other better buildings to get instead. Then you have the calendar, and in case you are not familiar with how it works in this event, unlike the winter event, in this event it is actually quite possible to complete it. And I will go over that in my guide on how to actually do it, while still getting as many daily specials as possible. But yeah, if you want to complete it, it is possible. So for each day you pick up a gem, you get one daily reward, some medals today, and if you pick up all, you get 2 selection kits for the Butterfly Sanctuary, which is the new main building. And I'll go over that in a moment. The tablets return from last year. Same as Halloween event as well. So if you finish all of these 8, you get the Historian reward, which gives a very nice amount of tools to use in the event. And in terms of these, this is probably the only one that gives a good reward, the Royal Marble Gateway. So that's quite a nice one. If you're lucky enough to get this, you can get the Royal Marble Gateway. That's quite a nice attack building to place in your city. So all of this, very familiar. If you're not familiar, don't worry, I will go over them in more detail in my guide video, but I don't really want to spend more time on it here. What I do want to spend time on is the main building, which is the Butterfly Sanctuary. This is a new set building, and to be quite honest, it is a mess. It is really terrible in its current state, and I don't expect it to be in its current state when it goes to live. I expect there to be quite a few changes to it, but I will still go over it to kind of show you. Now the set itself consists of 1 main building, the Butterfly House, and 6 gardens. Now these might look familiar, and that is because this is the exact same layout as the fall set, the Harvest Farm set, except rotated 90 degrees. So it has kind of the same pieces, just rotated 90 degrees. So a lot of designs and all of that will be familiar from that set, but yeah, that doesn't really matter if the rewards you get are not that great, and that is sadly the current state. So let's go through all of these buildings. First of all, we have the Butterfly House, which has 5 levels. This is the main building. It is 3 by 4 tiles big, so 12 tiles. It is the same as the Harvest Barn from the fall set, except this one has 1 more level. The Harvest Barn only has 4 levels. And at max level, if it is connected with all the 6 gardens, all the 6 set pieces, this one gives 17 goods and 6 forge points. Now that is quite bad. If we compare it to the fall set, the Harvest Barn at the max level gives 15 good, so that's roughly the same, but it gives 8 plus 4 forge points, so 1 per level. It gives 12 forge points in total, the Harvest Barn. This one only gives 6, so half the amount of forge points. So that building in itself is quite bad compared to other buildings. It needs all the 6 pieces to get all of these bonuses, remember. So even though in and of itself that's okay stats, you do have to consider all the pieces you need. And speaking of the other pieces, the butterfly gardens. Let's go through them. First of all, we have the Snapdragon Bloom. This gives 6 goods and 3 forge points. And this one is quite comparable to the Sunflower Patch. It does not need a road, which the Sunflower Patch does, but it gives roughly the same. It gives 3 forge points, the same as this Snapdragon Bloom. So this is kind of the same as that. Then we move on to the Daylily Flower Bed. This is the 2x2 building. Now comparing it to the fall set is perhaps not that fair, because this one gives some different rewards. This one gives a few goods, 5, and then 1 forge point, which is not good. The Shrine of Knowledge, which is quite outdated at the moment, gives the same number of forge points for the same number of tiles. So yeah, this piece in and of itself is quite bad, especially if we compare it to the Ochre Yard, which is the same size. This one has 8% defense boost, which I think most will agree is better than the 1 forge point. Oh, wrong way. Then we have the Marigold Patch, which is quite terrible. This one gives 1 forge point and 7 goods. I don't know why it's pretty much the same as a Snapdragon, but it gives 1/3 the forge points. So 1 more good, some supplies instead of coins, but 1 forge point instead of 3 here. So I don't know what the deal with these are and why this one gives so much less. I have no idea. There's not really a direct comparison in the old set, except for the Sunflower we already looked at. So yeah, this one, bad all around. Then we have the Wildflower Meadow. I just have to laugh. This one gives 4 attack. Again, if we compare it to the fall set, the Wheat Field, 12. So the same number of tiles, the same number of boosts or set pieces you need to get the attack, but the Wheat Field from the fall set gives 3 times the amount of attack than the Wildflower Meadow does. This one gives 8 goods. The Wheat Field gives 10% coin boost. You can argue which one of these is better, but I definitely know which one I prefer. Then we have the Sapphire Arc. This one gives 1 forge point. 1 forge point. Again, let's compare it. 5. So, same number of tiles, basically the same piece, but instead of giving 5 forge points, it only gives 1 forge point. It does give some supply boost compared to medals, and I would take the supply boost of course, but still, it is no way near as good as the Begonia bench. Of course, this only needs 2 set pieces. The Begonia needs 3 to get all the bonuses, but even with only 1 bonus for the Begonia, it does give 2 forge points, I believe it is at, with 1 bonus. So yeah, the Begonia bench is simply much better. Then we have the Autumn Scarecrow here. This one gives 15 goods. Let's keep that in mind. And then the final piece here, the Magenta Arc, 3 goods. So again, 5 times less than the fall set. It does give 15% coin boost, which of course is nice, but yeah, the amount of goods is simply too low, and basically all of these values are way too low. And as I said before I went over them, I don't expect these to last. I do expect there to be some changes, because this is quite frankly not up to par at all. This is like something that was released 5 years ago. So yeah, I do expect there to be quite a few changes. And that is not the only problem with this set. There are 2 more problems. Or the first one, not really a problem, more of a choice that I don't really like. You might have noticed, but in the grand prize here, you get the butterfly house. Now, we don't know if we might get some garden selection kits later on, but if we only get the house upgrade here, then we can only get a total of 5 gardens. So yeah, only 5 of these garden pieces, basically fields from the fall set. So we get 3 selection kits here, and then if you complete the calendar, You also get 2 selection kits, so that is 5 selection kits. Or actually, I do suppose you will get a 6th one from the selection kit. So, okay, I do suppose that if you have the selection kit, you will have enough for all 6 fields you need. But I would much rather just see selection kits here. So instead of forcing you to get the butterfly house and upgrading that, I would like there to be just a selection kit, and you can choose yourself if you want to place down the gardens or the main house. Yeah. But we don't really know. By all means, there might be some selection kits for the fields or the gardens later on. There probably will be, but yeah, I would much rather see all of these be selection kits. But then we have the next issue. I kind of already spoiled this, but I have already added this set to my event set builder. You can find it all the way at the end here, Butterfly Sanctuary. Here you can find all the buildings. There is quite a few placeholder values, so things like happiness, population, coins, supplies, medals and all of that, that is just placeholder values. But when it comes to goods, forge points, boosts and all of that, that is accurate, at least as of right now. As I said, I do expect there to be changes. But the main reason I wanted to show this is that the layout that is suggested in the loading screen, and that is also suggested here in the announcement, this doesn't really work because all of these 2x3 pieces need 3 set bonuses. They all need 3 set pieces to get their full bonus. And that doesn't work in this layout because one of these pieces will only have 2 bonuses. So in order to actually get it to work, you have to do something quite awkward like this. Because yeah, you also do need road connections to... that's wrong. That does not need a road. I need to fix that. But yeah, you do need road for the... what's it called? Wildflower. And you need it for the main one, the main building. So yeah, you do need to, at the moment at least, place it in a weird layout like this to get all the bonuses, but yeah, this is also something that I do hope will change later on. So yeah, I wanted to put that out there, and also again mention that these have been added. These colors, as you might be able to tell, are just a copy of... where is it? I deleted, okay. These are just a copy of the colors I used for the fall set, so I will change those as well, but yeah, you can already play around with these if you want to. You'll find them all the way at the end here, and here you can pick all the pieces and so on. So yeah, if you want to use those, you can go ahead and do that. Alright, I do actually think that is all for this video. I do expect there again to be quite a few changes. Let's see if we can end it with some scrolls from Incident. Nope. Actually, no, that is there's one more thing I need to talk about, and that is the number of scrolls you get. And here we actually seem to have quite a big improvement. From the milestone here, you get 1,000 scrolls. Last year we got only 600, so that is 400 more scrolls from milestones. Then we have the daily login. Here we get 42 scrolls, but in last year we only got 40, so that is 2 more here. Not a lot, I know, but over the event that is another 40 scrolls, so that's quite nice. But then the biggest change seems to be the daily quest, or rush quest, sorry. Here we get 70 scrolls. Last year that was only 40. So that is almost double the amount of scrolls, so 30 more. And as you can see, this seems to continue. Don't know what the daily quests will give, but with these 3 changes, so the scrolls here, the daily login, and the rush quest, we will get around something like 1,500 or more scrolls compared to last year. And that's very nice. So yeah, that's good. And I think perhaps the main reason for that is that you need more pieces to get all of these. Last year we only needed 10, but yeah, now you need at least 11. So you need 5 pieces for the butterfly house and all of these 6 gardens. So yeah, in total you have a few more scrolls to play with, and that should make the event better when it comes to daily specials. So even though the main building is terrible at the moment, and even if it doesn't change, you should still be able to get a decent amount of daily specials with these changes if you aim for, or if you go for vases. But yeah, again, I will go over that in much more detail in my guide when that time comes. So I think I will end this video here. Please let me know what you think. I know what I think about this event, but let's at least wait and see if there are some changes, because I do expect there to be. Alright, before I end this video, I would like to thank my Patreons for supporting me and my content. I would like to thank Hamsar, Fort Prefect, Lorden, Rock'n'Robin, Kim Cayley, Joshua Clark, Rolf the 8th, PQ the Goat, Merrick B. Arkler, Hugo Count von Count, Jan Fredriksen, Truth the Genovese, Filda, Rush, Susan Weiss, Mega Rock, Rocco, Henrik Darek Lerberg, Mattia, Opshi the Obsessed, Raf, Kim, and XD. Thank you all very much for your support. Thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you in the future.